All right.
1 minute, whatever.
All right. Hey guys, how's it doing? Welcome to the second episode of the OTB podcast. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great.
Great.
And before we start, we just wanted to say, us here at OTB, we know like how tough times have been recently. We here support the Black Lives Matter movement, and we have links in the description of this YouTube video and in our Instagram bio to help any way you can.
Mm-hmm.
There's donations, there's petitions, just a bunch of links to help any way you can. So just check those out if you get the chance.
Yeah, right now we're going through some like dark times, and we just want to do whatever it takes to, help this world.
R.I.P. George Floyd.
Yes, sir.
R.I.P.
So started off, we had a complete new rebranding. If you guys didn't see the new video on Instagram, purpose of it, I guess, is to kind of expand outward instead of just some Instagram sports news page. We're trying to make it more of a company, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like this brand is more evolving in a way, and I'm kind of proud of how we progressed from.
Absolutely.
I
feel like we have a bright future.
Shout out to Zamron for the logo, by the way.
Yeah, shout out to Zamron for that.
Oh yeah.
His Instagram,
Shout
all his
out.
links would be in the description down below for a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
But to start off the podcast, I want to plug in a short interview that we did with Rodney Pryor. If you don't know who Rodney Pryor is, he's an NBA G League player for the Salt Lake City Stars. Amazing dude. I saw his highlights, are like phenomenal. Yeah,
Great
Dunk
guy.
contest
Nice
winner.
guy.
Phenomenal player.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
really nice guy and all that.
Oh yeah.
But quick reminder, if you're watching this podcast on Anchor or Spotify, the interview won't be available on there. It's only exclusive for YouTube. So if you guys are interested in listening to his opinions and all that, his ideas, switch over to our YouTube. It's youtube.com/offthebench. So yeah, here's a quick snip of it.
What's up, guys? We're here with Rodney Pryor. Thank you for being here. Really quick, can you introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on? It's Rodney Pryor here, professional basketball player. Excited to be on here and can't wait to see what type of questions we can answer.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And so, starting with some general questions, we're obviously living in some really weird times right now, and a lot of players have been having problems with, sports being gone, just working out, and we just wanted to know, we're just curious, how have you been adapting to these?
I've been a guy who, I pour a lot into the game of basketball, but I also do a lot away from basketball. So this adjustment period hasn't been too hard for me. I just got married, so I've been able to spend a lot of quality time with my wife because in season.
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. So, in season, we spend a lot of time apart. So just being able to spend time with her and, read a lot, kind of be more present with, just overall life right now.
So, do you think it's a blessing in disguise, as in for you?
Oh yeah, big time blessing. Being a professional basketball player, life sometimes just seems like a blink, on different planes here, left and right, going from city to city, just so many late nights. And now, I finally kind of get to be normal in the sense of like a day-to-day routine.
You're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good mentality to have. So let's talk about your college career. You played for Georgetown your final year, averaged 18 points, shot pretty well from three, and it's just how do you think your teammates and your coaches impacted the way you have played in college?
Oh, they impacted me a lot. Just especially out of high school when I had to go to junior college route first. I experienced 2 season-ending injuries, broke my foot, tore my ACL. So that was like a character moment for me where I was able to, grind through the darkest time of my career. And my coaches there were monumental for me. A lot of my mentors back at home were huge for me as well, just to keep pushing me, keep giving me, the light at the end of the tunnel. And then when I was able to get a Division I scholarship to Robert Morris, now it's just about proving myself. I've been away from the game for 2 years, and I had high expectations for myself to go out and perform well. I've always been, a confident kid. So, and just extremely blessed and fortunate to be able to still have a Division I scholarship after all that went down. So to take advantage of the opportunity, the 2 years that I had at Robert Morris was a blessing. My teammates allowed me to be me. They allowed me to, score. They pushed me on a day-to-day basis, and I was blessed again with the opportunity to have a grad year, which I was able to do at Georgetown. And again, my teammates and my coaching staff embraced me for who I was there. I came in and still proved myself, worked extremely hard just so it didn't look like anything was handed to me. So I was thankful that,
We got to talk about your dunks, man. Like, I know, like, the NCAA, you won one of the dunk contests, one of the years, and man, you were an electrifying dunker. But beyond just the slashing, what new weapons do you think you've added to your arsenal?
Just overall understanding of the game. I didn't develop athleticism till I got to college. I was never athletic in high school. So when I was able to when I got athletic in college, it opened up my game so much because I was, able to get by people in one dribble. And if I got in the paint, I was able to, jump over people and be in the air a little bit longer than them. So it helped. It helped me overall scoring. And when you get the dunk in and you can dunk on people, it kind of gives that fear factor when you get in the lane. So that opened up my game a lot, and now it just made me a 3-level guy. Like, I can go to the rim, finish at a high level, play the mid-range game, and shoot threes.
Yeah. Offensive weapon. Great offensive weapons to have. And so, how do you think this has translated into the G League? Just all your offensive skills from college.
It translated a lot. At this level, everybody can go and everybody can, pretty much do everything you can do. So I think the biggest thing was just mentality. You got to stay confident. If your confidence wavers, your performance begins to waver. So trusting the work that you put in on a day-to-day basis, because, all these guys were the best players at their school. So you got to make sure you're bringing it every single day. You can't afford, not to. So I think, being in the G League has given me a chance to even improve on all 3 aspects of my game just because I'm surrounded by,
great players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that mentality. I feel like you can translate that mentality to beyond basketball.
Yeah, definitely. Everything's about competing, whether it's internally or externally with someone else. You want to continue to get better. You don't want to get lackadaisical because, you enter that drift cycle and you kind of get away from yourself. And you look up 5-10 years from now and you're not in the position you ever thought you would be.
Yeah. So let's talk about some current events. So recently a large amount of players have skipped college and are going straight to the G League. So what's your opinion on this? Do you think that college is important to the growth of a player?
Yeah, if a player decides to go to college, I think, he can grow there. But I think now with the G League opening up for kids to come pro, they just got to fill the void of, teaching kids life lessons that they would have learned when they were in school. I just think it gives kids, a better opportunity to take advantage of their brand and their name right away, because in college, it's more of a overall aspect of the team. It's not really much on the individual, so they can't really grow off their likeness, so to say, in terms of off the court. So if coming pro right away, you can take advantage of, branding yourself and, building up who you want to be as a professional basketball player.
Yeah, LeVar Ball, to be specific, is someone who's been very outspoken and very vocal about how colleges profit off their players and don't let them make their own brand. So what's your opinion on how you can set up your brand in the G League?
Most of the kids that are going to be able to come to the G League already are like top 10, top 20 in the country. So
Yeah.
they have that unique position where they're already highlighted. Like, people follow them. Like, these kids already got like 500,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
So now, getting around business-savvy people, building up a logo, building up a symbol, all these different type of things will help them make more money than they would ever made going to college.
Yeah. So you told us that you're a fan of LeBron and Kobe?
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about how your opinions on LeBron, how you think he's going to do in the playoffs, and the Lakers, I guess.
LeBron is a mastermind at taking care of his body. So if anyone's ready to go back to the season right now, I'm sure it's LeBron, even with the mileage that he has.
Yeah.
He's just done a great job over his career of staying healthy and, taking it serious. So I think he's in a good position. I'm sure he's, leading his Lakers to, also stay in shape and trust what's going on. So I think LeBron gives himself a good position to come back and have a chance to win. It's just, it's so interesting that right now is just a time where everyone had to sit out. So if you're a person that doesn't have great habits, it's going to be, a rougher time getting back going versus a LeBron who's always prepared and always ready.
Yeah, LeBron stays locked in. Hamanth here is also a Lakers fan. He's a really big Lakers fan. It's interesting.
Oh, really?
It's interesting because I'm a Celtics fan, so our opinions clash a lot. So it's crazy.
That's
So
funny, yeah.
I know if they didn't meet in the finals, we'd want the LeBron team to win. And for sure, they are about to win.
I got to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely think they're going to win.
I got to be honest. I predicted the Clippers to beat the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, but I'm outnumbered right now, so I don't know what to say.
I mean, see, I still respect Kawhi in them now. Like,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, Kawhi and Paul
It's gonna-
George is crazy.
yeah, like, that's crazy. Like, so if these guys are, playing at their level, it'll be an interesting matchup. I think it's going to go down to who's the best player in the fourth quarter.
Hmm.
Of course.
Kawhi, LeBron, they have a history of showing up in the playoffs and doing damage. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. AD got to stay healthy, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's the biggest thing for AD.
AD and Paul George are pretty injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been a crazy playoffs to watch.
I know. It'll be interesting to see the dynamic when it comes back.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your predictions for the Eastern Conference?
Oh, I think the Eastern Conference can shake some things up. Like if KD and Kyrie come back. So I would love to see that. I would love to see how, KD is, because I still think they could win the finals if they go and perform the way they can perform. I would love to see how Tatum's going to do as well with Boston and see how Jaylen Brown and him will lead that team because, as rookies, they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. So now with them being more experienced and, seeing their game blossom, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I love watching Jason Tatum in his game. Jaylen Brown's great too. I love watching the Celtics. They're great. I think personally, I think the Celtics are gonna have to shock the Eastern Conference. They're obviously not favorites. They're gonna have to beat Toronto and the Bucks, and I don't know, but I think they're very capable of doing it.
Yeah, they've run a good offense and they got the players, so it's just a matter about consistency and locking in.
Yeah, I think Jason Tatum's also a very underrated defender.
Yeah, when you get to scoring at a high level, when you score at a high level, people not really focus on your defense unless you're like first team.
Yeah, he has a high basketball IQ in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you for being here with us once again. Before, do you want to plug any of your socials or anything you're working on?
Just building a lot of content, trying to help people live with purpose, give them some aim and direction in today's life because, just don't want to be the victim. We want to be victorious in everything that we do. So I've been working on content on that end. Again, just spending time with my wife, just preparing for that next chapter once we start to have a family, so making sure our ducks are all in a row for that, and just enjoying being president right now.
Yeah. Guys, all his socials and stuff will be in the description. Make sure to follow him. And once again, we wanted to thank you for being part of this interview. And we look forward to see what's happening in your future of your career.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wouldn't mind jumping on this again in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh yeah, thank you a lot.
But yeah, Rodney Pryor, how do you guys? We're killing him off. You interviewed him, right?
Yeah.
So how would you describe him in a way?
Yeah, he was
guy.
very humble, down to
Phenomenal
earth,
guy.
and yeah, he was really nice to us.
Mm-hmm. Like I was listening over to the interview.
No, man, talking to someone of that stature, it's really scary. But he was really nice about it.
Yeah,
Made us feel.
This was our first interview, and we're amateurs, but he carried us.
He did. Like
He did.
in a way, like
Good way to
I
start
was like
with.
listening over the interview, and like despite him being like such a big star or something, right? He just like talked to us like we're just his friends, or just
Yeah,
just chilling around.
Yeah.
So, like,
I really like that.
Yeah, that's what I
And
look at. it
when I was
Go ahead.
when I was listening to it, I just heard his dedication to the game.
Mhm.
He was talking about his ACL tear and just like how he like got past that.
Yeah, that's a
It's just,
really like big thing to pull out
I came back from it.
to us. But yeah, one playoff prediction.
I'm excited.
Basically, if the NBA comes to return, they are most likely going to use Brian Windhorst's playoff format, and the format's basically, instead of the conferences being divided to East or West, divided it differently, with the first conference having the Bucks, Magic, Heat, Thunder, Clippers, Mavs, Celtics, and 76ers, while the other side has the Lakers, Nets, Jazz, Rockets, Raptors, Grizzlies, Nuggets, and Pacers. Thoughts, opinions?
I just wish we had conferences, East versus West.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like,
This way we'll have a chance to see, the two best teams in the league.
That's not the whole point of the NBA though. That's just looking for revenue.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, AKA the Clips and the Lakers, like, seeing them in the finals would be nice. Battle of LA in the finals, but I would understand why some people wouldn't want to.
I mean, you could argue the Bucks are like the second best team or the best team in the league.
Bucks have the
You
best
could.
record.
You could, but I think that's true. But I think we all know who the two best teams in the NBA are. Bucks had the best record last year. We all know what happened there.
Kawhi happened.
I still think I don't agree with the format in this.
I don't know.
And
I
the
feel
reason
like
is, yeah.
you go ahead.
So the reason is, like, if you look at it, the Lakers have a way easier way to get to the finals instead of the Clippers.
Yeah.
They're like under.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that.
All right,
too.
tell me the
I
Lakers'
disagree
main
with that, too.
competition in this.
The Raptors.
The Rockets or the Nuggets.
The Rockets, who are like,
Raptors, Nuggets.
I'd say the Raptors.
I know people are clowning the Rockets for, having a worse record than OKC
with their
and stuff.
inconsistent three-point shooting,
Here's the thing.
their lack of having.
I don't think a
big
lot of
men
people.
on their team.
I think a lot of people are underestimating, how James Harden's.
But the thing
And
is, the
Westbrook.
Rockets are
And
small
Westbrook.
ball,
He's the
and
type
Anthony
of player-
Davis is going to have a heyday against the Rockets. He's going to destroy them.
Well, two teams that we can
True.
underestimate are the Bucks and the Celtics, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you. The Clippers have a way harder way of getting to the finals than the Lakers.
But you saw what happened with the Bucks last season. in the playoffs. The Raptors just locked them down.
Well, that's the Kawhi's
Like-
Raptors. though.
Kawhi clamped him up. Gasol clamped him up.
But in a
They got
way,
really good defenders to put on Giannis.
actually, I take that back. What I was about to say. Never mind.
The Bucks have to face a great defensive team in the Heat in the second round. If they're gonna get past the Magic, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. See, like,
But then,
I mean,
like, I'm not saying like
okay,
the Heat will
I-
win, but like they'll give them a
I
challenge. I feel.
definitely agree. I definitely agree that the Clippers and the Bucks have like a harder route, but I wouldn't say way easier. Like the Lakers still
the
got
Nets
some
are not going to
competition
have
get
KD
past.
for sure. I'll tell you that.
Well, I mean,
It just depends
like,
when
there's
it
a
comes
2%
back,
chance.
Well, it's going to come. It has to, if it does come back. Yeah.
July
July
31st, I think, is the target date.
So KD would. Yeah, he would
I don't
definitely
think
not
KD's
come
gonna
back.
come back by
for
then.
that.
Yeah.
But you still got to watch out for teams like the Rockets, the Nuggets, the Raptors. Because, I mean, the Raptors beat the Lakers. I don't know. I think it was once or twice during the regular season.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, maybe Coach Nick Nurse has a good plan.
Coach of the year in my
plan
opinion.
going in versus Lakers.
But
Oh, yeah.
I
So-
still don't get the Eastern. Why couldn't they just do the East or West? Make it less complicated.
Well, I mean,
That's actually...
I would prefer that.
actually.
but people have been wanting to like
I'm actually
abolish
pretty
conferences for so long. This is purely because like it's been unfair. Like you saw last season, like the Pistons, like they made the 8th seed, but they like just barely like got to that 8th seed. Whereas like a team in the West had a better record than them,
Yeah, that's true.
and they
Like,
still wouldn't
because-
like make the
I guess in a
playoffs.
way it makes it more organized
Exactly.
of how like the tournament turns
Yeah.
out.
I mean, not...
Because then there would be no
At the
Eastern
end of the day,
Conference
that
like
organizes-
winners or something like that, right?
I mean, considering that everything's gonna take place in one area, home court advantage doesn't really matter.
That's
So
true.
It doesn't really
Yeah.
matter if there's an East versus West because you're not like traveling around. You're in the East the entire time. So I don't think conferences would really matter in that case.
If they're gonna host it in Disney, then you know like a Florida team's gonna have home court advantage.
If
They're
there are
not gonna even
people
have.
there.
They're not gonna even have a crowd. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking about the Disney
Oh
thing,
yeah, home court
they're already
advantage doesn't
planning to continue over there. Do you guys think we should have one in a way?
purely as a fan.
Well, not as a
I
fan,
want
as a
it to
person
come
who's
back.
looking at this, who are like, analyzing the cost.
From a
You
safe
know what?
and the
from a
safety.
safety perspective, I don't know.
From the safety.
I know it's incredibly risky, but I trust
Yeah.
Adam Silver in the NBA.
Well, you can't just trust them. You got to understand what they're going to
The
do.
players are in good
What do you
hands.
think
It is
that-
pretty risky though.
It's
Yeah.
extremely risky, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
From what I've heard, I think they'll do a good job.
I mean, not even the
It is
risk, but you
risky.
got to look at the fairness of it, right? Like, not all NBA players like Giannis have like their own NBA gym to practice. Like,
Okay. Here's my argument for that. I understand that some players don't have courts just lying around in their house, but if you think about it, that's most NBA players. Most NBA players travel around.
well, it's based on their
They usually
location,
live in
though.
apartments.
Like in
and
LA, though. Like, no,
They don't
in
get
LA,
courts.
though, it's.
They don't build courts around them.
But like in places like LA, it's
Plus,
way easier to
they're doing that
ride their
Yeah.
bicycle like LeBron did with like AD and
Yeah.
Jared Smith.
JR.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously the public courts are shut down, like the ones in Venice Beach and things like that. You know, some players are just gonna have that inherent advantage. It's the same thing as the lockout season. Some players are gonna get
That's
injured.
true, that's true.
But
others
what
don't,
about Jason
you know?
Tatum? He lives in Boston where corona cases are so high.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a basketball court, and everyone
Well, I
knows
mean,
Jason Tatum's going to
Golden
show up
State-
in the
I mean,
playoffs,
San
but he
Francisco
can't
has-
even practice.
Yeah, I mean that's why they're giving that. I know 20 days is like a really short amount of time to get back into playoff shape, but
It's better than
honestly,
nothing.
It's better than nothing. It's kind of.
I don't think there's a lot of fairness in there.
And here's my thing. How much working out on your court or without the proper facilities are you actually going to do at home when you got corona? Even if you do have a court, how much is that really?
I mean, you got to look at the big.
Just
You got to
staying-
look at the big
staying
stars
in
though,
shape, though.
who do have
Staying in
those
shape is a
facilities.
big thing.
Yeah.
I understand that they can stay a little. They can they can practice their jump shot or something, but like it's not the same as like having a training facility, et cetera, et cetera. That's why like a bunch of teams are.
Well, I'm
opening up their
saying
training
it's a
facilities
big advantage.
even
though.
before
I'm
the
not saying it's the
NBA
same.
It's better. It's still better than nothing.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. With
I
that.
agree.
It's better than nothing, true, but I don't think it's that big of an
I think it's an
advantage that
extremely big
it creates
advantage.
Just massive, unfair.
I mean, they spend their time. They
I
practice
disagree,
every
yeah.
single day, hours on end. So
Yeah.
when you just take that away from them and they can't do that, then what's
Yeah.
gonna happen?
Like they're gonna lose shape. They're not gonna have.
I'm saying a single court. I'm saying a single court in their houses, or like the meager. Well, LeBron's different, right? He's got like
Yeah.
hollow chambers. all over his house. He
He's
doesn't
built
really need
different.
to-
Well, I'm
really
talking
need
about
to
the
go-
areas, dude.
But you gotta
Like,
think
there's some
about
people who
most
don't
players.
even have space to, place a hoop in their house, right? Like people in New York, right? For example.
But like, I understand. That's like a small. That's
That's
an
no.
advantage,
If you
but
don't have a
I don't
hoop, you
think the
can't
advantage
practice
is
your
so
shooting
massive
form, and
that
then
Yeah.
your shooting percentage is of course gonna go down.
You can't, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why they're opening up these facilities, and that's why they're having
20 days isn't
having
enough,
20 day
though.
practice.
But even
And like I said,
conditioning.
I understand.
Yeah, even intense workout for
Conditioning,
20
too.
days.
It's not
Still
enough to get back
playoff,
into.
bro?
It's not enough to get back into playoff form, but you still, I don't think the hoop is
A
that
hoop is
much
an
of a
extremely big advantage in my
But
opinion.
we're not just talking about hoops. We're also talking about
Space. We're talking about exercise.
workout equipment. Some players are going to be better.
Meeting with your
conditioned.
trainers too.
Yeah, some players are going to be better conditioned than other ones. And then playoffs, you have to have
Well,
good
I mean,
conditioning.
That's facts.
most big players are going to have an inherent advantage over smaller players. That's just a thing in general. Obviously, the smaller players won't have the same equipment. Spencer Dinwiddie won't have the same equipment as
For
LeBron
sure.
James. All right, like I understand that there's an inherent advantage that LeBron has, but that's like, if you think about it, like such a small percentage is actually like the higher ups of the NBA. Such a small percentage actually has access to these kinds of facilities. Well, most of like the role players and like six man and like I'd say like fringe all-star players have like
Well, like,
regular
it
facilities.
doesn't
like
matter if it is a small percentage. You gotta take that out of it, Like, for example, that small percentage could be like that entire team. If you're like, if you're played for the LA Lakers, right?
Facts.
A bunch of
Or imagine
Yeah.
it's like
most
you're,
of them
like,
have
one
the proper
contributing
facilities
person.
compared to like the Brooklyn Nets or the New York Knicks. So like that just gives a whole team advantage instead of giving like that small percentage.
From the way I see it, LeBron and AD are the only two players that have access to the best of the best facilities out of everyone on that team.
And what
That's
makes you
purely
not
on
think
the
they're
amount of
not going to
money
bring
they
other
make.
people to help like train with them?
Because we've been watching LeBron's
Well,
workouts. We've
literally 2 days ago.
watching
Literally like 2 days ago.
Let's be
There-
honest.
there
LeBron
isn't-
doesn't show us everything
Yeah.
he does
guess
behind
what?
closed
Guess what?
doors. Let's be honest.
A few days ago, when you saw them biking, before that they opened up all the practice facilities
For the Lakers, exactly.
organization, and the Lakers aren't the only one. Before the Lakers, the Heat opened up their facilities along with the Magic, and I'm sure a bunch of teams are
Well,
going
like,
to start to do.
It's not
the
fair how
same
like they
thing.
opened it way
That's
later.
That's Florida, though.
Yeah, that's Florida too. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
If it's opening up in LA, I think we can be. I think that's a pretty optimistic sign that a
well,
bunch
you
of
can't just
training
compare
Okay,
LA
but
with
like
New York
You can't. Yeah, you can't compare it to
because LA
New
is way
York,
more
Boston.
spacious. Yeah,
There's less. I don't know. Well, not less cases, but like,
it's just more
It's-
spacious in general.
yeah.
The concentration of
I
like
don't really see the space.
New York and that like
You mean the
Yeah.
concentration of people in
Yeah.
a certain area? Well, you got to understand, if a practice facility opens, no one's going in that facility besides the team and all the trainers and all the coordinators. No one else, no other regular person is gonna go in.
Okay,
there
let's say like
watch them play
one
or
of those
something.
trainers has
Wouldn't
corona,
really be a
but they
problem
like
for
aren't
them.
it's a
expressing any
carrier.
symptoms.
Yeah, they're just a
Yeah,
carrier.
they're a carrier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you really want to take
Of course,
that chance?
You want to take that chance? Yeah.
A lot of teams probably don't want to take that chance.
Yeah.
Come on, I get your love for basketball
Well, I
and how
mean,
like
a lot of teams seem to be taking that chance from what we can tell. AKA,
I'm
the
saying, do you
practice
think it's
facilities
right in
open.
your opinion?
Like from a moral.
Do I think
perspective.
it's right? From a moral perspective, I can see why someone would say it's not right. But I think I trust in Adam Silver and the NBA to take care of this properly.
All right.
Well,
I put my belief in them, and if I'm wrong, then yeah, I'm wrong, and this was a whole bad idea. But hopefully it's not. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, and hopefully everyone's fine.
I guess we just gotta
NBA
wait and see. I
playoffs.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we get the greatest playoff series of all
That's
time.
facts,
because
that's
of-
facts.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So, you guys want to take Brian Windhorse's playoff bracket and take it series by series, so we can have a
Yeah,
playoff
let's do
prediction?
that. Let's do that.
All right, let's start off with Magic v Bucks.
Okay. Well,
I gotta be honest.
are we
I got
starting the
Bucks
left
in
side?
four.
Are we starting the first conference?
yeah, left top. Bucks versus Magic.
I got Bucks in 4.
Yeah, that's a clean sweep.
Oh, for sure. And I got
Yeah,
Heat.
Bucks and four.
And I got Heat over the Thunder.
But that's
I mean,
nah.
think about unless the Magic have like I guess a home.
No. There are no crowds. Their
There
biggest
are no
fans are gonna
fans,
be
but,
like
It's
you
gonna
know.
be Mickey Mouse is just gonna show up and cheer.
They're in Orlando though. You never know.
But yeah,
But,
we agree
let-
on that.
Let's move on to Heat.
If
Heat
Tyler,
and
if
That's
Tyler
gonna be a
Hero
tough one. That's
I
gonna be a
think-
tough one.
Hero comes back, then see.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna say
Heat
Heat in 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seven.
Heat in 7. I'd go Heat in 7.
So, do you want to move on to Clippers?
I'm saying
v. Mavs,
Heat will
or
win
Bucks
only
v-
if Tyler Hero comes for that. Only if they're star shooting guards.
What do you have them winning in if Hero comes back?
Hey, as long as
I'm saying it's both sides for both. Anyone could win.
So you're saying Heat in 7 if Tyler Hero comes back?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you do.
Clippers
saying
or
Heat
Mavs?
won't.
This is a
But-
tough one.
You guys forget the Heat. I know people forgot about how Iggy plays, but Iggy shows up in the playoffs, and the Heat got.
But
Iggy.
Iggy's like kind of
So,
old now.
who
So
knows? He is old. That's true.
he'd be like a solid
trust
role
him.
player for them.
You'd be a good better.
I trust Iggy to
Yeah.
step up. In
But
the
that
playoffs.
OKC team would put up a fight.
So-
He also has
Yeah.
playoff experience.
Oh yeah,
so-
for sure.
Mhm.
For sure, Chris Paul. He got
Steven
that.
Adams.
CP3 has proven that
Dude,
he
I
can
want to
be
see.
a leader.
I'd want to see Shea in the playoffs, dude. He's one of my favorite players right now.
Shea?
Shay's bright future, man.
Clippers or Mavs?
So Clips
This is a
and
tough
Mavs.
one. This is a big one.
I got
Clippers.
Clips
I'm
and
gonna say
Clips and 6.
Clips and
Yeah.
6.
Clips
Clips
and
and
6.
7.
Yeah, I agree. Clips and 6.
Honestly, I don't think the the one thing
I'm
that I
gonna say
like,
Clippers, really.
the one thing I feel like the Clippers don't have is like you know, okay,
Sorry, your voice. cut out.
yeah, I feel like it's cutting out for all of us. So like the relationship between AD and LeBron, right? Do you think Paul George and Kawhi have that?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
Well, the thing is,
Well,
Kawhi and Paul George has been injured a lot, and Kawhi has been load managing. So we haven't really seen
No, that
them
one
play together.
didn't
Here's
they
the
both
thing
dropped
with
40 in
Kawhi.
that one game?
When they join together, dude, they're unstoppable. Didn't they have like one loss when they played together
I think yeah.
Yeah.
in like 10 games or something?
Here's the thing with Kawhi though. Even if they're lacking in chemistry, like
Kawhi's
just
yeah.
takes over.
He's a
the-
playoff performer.
Yeah,
Like
you can never knock out Kawhi.
Like, remember how many games Kawhi missed last year? I don't think they had as much chemistry as one would like. Like last year on the Raptors,
That's
you
true.
know, they went on to win the finals. So I don't think
And
chemistry is going to be a huge issue
I also
for
feel
them.
the Clippers
Plus-
got more depth than the Mavs in this case.
Yeah, Luka also does. Luka
Oh,
and
for
KD
sure.
Also have like no experience in the playoffs.
Mhm.
That's one thing. That's important. Playoff experience.
I just feel so bad how the
Yeah.
I think
Mavs
that's
are going
gonna
to
be-
Clippers first round.
Oh yeah, that totally sucks for them. If that does happen,
They're such a good team too.
I would-
It's not gonna happen. It's
Hey,
not
do you think
gonna
Mavs are going to win a championship in the next
Well-
3 to 4 years?
Yeah.
happen.
Oh, yeah.
I think they will.
I have no doubt.
They're gonna have to beat both the Clippers. They're gonna have to get out of the Western Conference when the Clippers and the Lakers are.
Well, I don't think
So, I
the
don't know.
Lakers are going to be that good in 2 years.
Because I don't know
Yeah.
about draft picks or anything. I don't know how much
Well, it
cap
depends on-
space or
depends on
draft
how well
picks
LeBron
that
ages.
Dallas has.
Yeah. But like
We talked about
Father
this
Time
earlier
is Father
in
Time is
private.
undefeated. So
I think that the Mavs need more playmakers off the bench.
off the
Off
bench.
bench.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
But I'm getting off
Celtics
topic, so
or
let's move on to the
Celtics
next
or the
series.
Sixers?
Ooh,
That's
I
a-
got,
that's a
I got
good
Celtics
Celtics
for sure.
Dang.
I got-
I know people are gonna say Celtics for the record, but the Sixers match up pretty well with the Celtics.
But-
Okay, I will say this though. Joel Embiid.
Yeah,
Joel
really
Embiid
inconsistent
can-
sometimes.
Yeah, the Celtics
Joel
will have
Embiid
to
is-
worry about Joel Embiid.
No,
the
but
most.
he's in.
If Embiid plays the way he has this entire season, then I think the Celtics win in 7 games.
I got Celtics in 7. Yeah.
I got Celtics in 6.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Considering what we've seen from Embiid, I think I got Celtics in 7. Yeah.
The thing
If
is,
Embiid-
we have to deal with. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying if Embiid can step up, then I think the
Didn't
Sixers
Embiid
have
drop
fighting
like 1
chance.
point in the playoffs like 2 years ago?
Oh yeah. I mean, he
What I was
injured,
gonna
though.
say is that not only do the Celtics have to worry about Embiid, they also have to worry about Al Horford. And I know Al Horford has regressed a little bit, but he still is dangerous. And the Celtics have an issue with their bench and also their centers. So it's an interesting matchup.
That's
but I
true.
still
The
got
big
Celtics
man.
in
The
seven.
big man. There's a good
Maybe
big man
6.
disparity between the two teams.
I feel like if the Celtics
Mhm.
ups their defense and goes on, that's Joel Embiid's like biggest weakness, right? Hardcore defense. Then like maybe they could, yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like Ben Simmons should also step up his leadership.
Ooh, Ben Simmons.
I think he.
Would Ben Simmons be guarding Kemba in that case, or would he like guard a bigger person?
I'll put Tobias Harris.
Or would he like? Would he guard
Yeah.
like Jason Tatum or something?
I mean, Ben Simmons.
Who's the Sixers small forward?
Josh Richardson, I think.
Josh Richard.
Or no,
no,
he's
no,
a
no,
shooting
Yeah,
guard.
yeah.
It's Tobias Harris.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris.
I think Tobias
okay.
Harris should guard Kemba.
Really?
Mhm.
Tobias
Who would
Harris.
guard Tatum then?
Spencer.
I think.
Um,
Will Tatum play power forward or small forward?
small forward.
That depends. He does play power
Yeah.
forward though.
But do you want
Occasionally.
Horford?
Ben
Do you
Simmons
want
is
Horford
taller
guarding-
than Jason Tatum.
Do you want Horford guarding Tatum?
I wouldn't want Horford guarding.
Yeah.
Tatum. I don't think
Too slow.
Horford's fast.
So you take.
Too
What if
slow,
it's either Harris or Simmons?
I'm saying Simmons.
I'd rather
Simmons is
have
taller
Simmons.
and faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Harris can keep up with Kemba better, but
Yeah, I'd have Simmons on Tatum. Perfect.
Either way,
Yeah.
I still got Celtics in 7.
I think
Maybe
I
6.
think I got
Maybe
Celtics.
6.
if Kemba is healthy.
oh yeah, facts.
So
Are we gonna continue the left
Let's
side
just
or
move
are
on
we
to the
move on
right
to the
side.
Lakers?
let's move on to the right.
Okay.
Lakers Nets.
No
Lakers-
debate. No.
Lakers
yeah,
in 4.
Eh,
For sure.
I'd say Lakers,
Lakers
in
in
5.
4.
Five. I think.
Maybe like
I don't
five.
think-
I
if
don't
they
think-
get lucky. If they're generous.
I feel Kyrie
I don't
will
think
have.
Kate-
Okay,
Kyrie
yeah,
will have
sure.
a
Why
good
not? Why not?
Well, it depends on if
Yeah.
Kyrie will come back or not. Because you got to remember he got surgery.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
remember?
That's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
I
you're right,
forgot
you're right.
all about that.
So Kyrie might not come back. So
I gotta be honest.
I think
though,
it's-
Kyrie also has an issue in
Yeah.
leading because I remember when he was with the Celtics, he shot like 30% field goal percentage, and then in a post game interview, he said he should have shot more.
Yeah.
So I don't know about his leadership.
I still feel like
I don't
if
know.
Kyrie is
Gotta-
back, I feel like they'd take a game, I guess, but nothing too big.
Yeah. But yeah, what is that? Jazz versus
Rockets
Rockets.
in 6.
Oh,
Rockets
that's
in
a
6.
tough
I was
one.
literally about to say that.
I'm going Rockets in 7. I'm going Rockets in 7.
I'm gonna go.
Dude, you gotta
Rockets
remember
in
the Jazz
6.
chemistry, though. Like, even though they say they're ready to move forward, like, their chemistry is still gonna be an issue, I feel. Just Rudy Gobert.
Oh yeah, right now.
I think-
But another
especially
thing
with the Corona.
is,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think the Jazz's depth will take the Rockets to 7. Like just the depth. Like
Mhm.
Jazz just has a really nice
And
bench.
Gobert will have a better game just because they have no center.
But-
But,
Yeah.
Speaking of the Rockets, I think Harden's gonna come back.
Yeah,
and get
yeah.
possessed.
Harden's gonna be
Like-
nice in the playoffs.
Like not only from the workouts, not only from the workouts where he looks like a hobo. I'm just saying from the simple fact that he's gonna be energized for the
Yeah.
playoffs, which has never happened in Harden's career.
I don't know, dude. You guys already
Oh,
know
yeah.
my opinion on Harden. I feel like a broken record.
And
I'm
Westbrook
just gonna
is
say
Westbrook was
pretty-
playing so
Westbrook is pretty
good near the
perfect
end
for
of the
team.
season. Like,
Exactly.
Oh, for sure. He was destroying everyone.
he was at some point
It was
you could say
crazy.
he was like playing better than Harden even. So,
Oh yeah.
and with Harden coming back
Last-
re-energized, I feel like I don't know, the Jazz won't be able to take him. But like
Yeah, I don't think the Jazz can take him.
they'll
But
put up a fight. They'll
You
put up
still
a
gotta
fight.
think the Rockets system is very flawed in the playoffs.
That
the
is
Jazz
true.
do have a really good team this time.
They've never
around.
tried small ball in the
Absolutely.
playoffs, so you
I
never
still.
know.
Yeah, so in 7, I'd say in 7 because
I can't think of one small ball team that has made the playoff or has made the finals.
the Pistons, the 04
Yeah.
Pistons, I guess they had a small ball center.
Just
Oh,
great
four.
defense.
Well,
You could
Actually,
say the
okay,
Warriors
I see what
because
you
like
The Warriors, yeah.
because their centers weren't all that great, or sometimes they'd have Kevon Looney as their center. Like
I'm
He was
talking about
undersized.
The Raptors and Grizzlies.
yeah, let's move on to that.
All right,
Raptors.
I'm
in
saying
5.
Raptors.
Raptors in 5, yeah. Grizzlies have a nice
I'm gonna
team.
say Raptors. I'm gonna say Raptors.
The Grizzlies have a
in
nice
4. Why
young
not?
team, but
Actually, you know what? I'll switch it. I'll say Raptors in 5. Yeah,
I think the Grizzlies are capable enough to take like a
Yeah.
game-ish. They didn't necessarily end
Yeah.
the season too great, but
just
it
Ja,
doesn't matter.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Ja, JJJ,
Yeah. Jonas Valanciunas.
Jonas Valanciunas,
That is so
Valent-
to pronounce.
Sorry for the typo on the last post, by the way.
Dylan
He's so
Brooks.
bad about it too.
Brooks.
They got Jay
Still
Crowder
good.
too. Jay Crowder
Yeah,
hit
they
that.
got-
Jay Crowder hit
Raps
that
in-
game winner.
Raps in
at the beginning
5.
of the year, I think.
Against the Nets.
Yeah,
OT. That was one of the best games of the season, I thought.
and then
But
Nuggets versus Pacers.
I got
Oladipo's back now,
Nuggets in 6.
so
I'll say Nuggets in 6.
I'm gonna say Nuggets in
Wait,
7.
actually,
I don't know. Oladipo
somehow-
didn't.
we somehow-
Oladipo didn't play too great in his first few games back.
Sabonis did kind of take a step forward.
Yeah.
I'll go Nuggets in 6.
I'm gonna say Nuggets in 7 because I feel like the Pacers are super underrated. I feel like Brogdon.
Yeah.
The addition of Brogdon is what makes them like advance to the next level. Everyone knows about Victor Oladipo, obviously, but if they need someone to close games, Brogdon is the one.
They
that
did
they should
lose
go to.
Bogdanovich though in the offseason. And he's like a good closer. Like you've seen him on the Jazz. He's a really
amazing team.
But if you look at the stats, Brogdon's really great.
So
at
I feel that
closing
was a good trade off. Bogdanovich for Brogdon. So.
I'm
You
so
think he'll take care?
games. So
I'm so mad that the
He'll take over,
Mavs
though?
are like already eliminated, dude. I was literally like I was like
wait, hold on. Hey, Vipul, didn't you say you hated Luka last year?
I just thought he was overrated compared to like what he.
I swear you hated Luka.
I didn't hate him. Okay,
I know
I
this
just
for
thought he was overrated. But like looking at his season this year, okay.
So what's the matter, man?
Okay, you gotta admit,
What's the matter?
Bandwagon. His rookie season was overrated.
No, it wasn't. It was
It
amazing.
was one of the best
He
rookie
had one of
seasons
the
like ever.
greatest rookie seasons.
it was.
He had one of the greatest rookie seasons.
No,
ever.
his end season was not great compared to the hype that he got.
Okay,
who
that's the
cares?
end of the,
He
that's the end of the
deserved-
season. It doesn't.
No, I mean like, his end
He
of the
was
regular
averaging,
season
like,
was not.
28 and
So what? Do
7.
you think Trae Young should have won it over him? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't.
Okay.
It was not overrated for one. For two, you're bandwagoning.
Well, I always like the Mavs because of Dirk. That's it. So.
Okay, but okay, moving
That's
on.
fair, I guess.
Let's go back to the left.
All right. So we have Bucks versus Heat
Bucks
now.
and, I got Bucks.
Mhm.
Bucks and
6.
I'd go 7.
No. Actually, no. Bucks in 7 because the Heat have Bam, and he's a great matchup for Giannis.
Mhm.
Amazing matchup against Giannis.
Butler would be
So,
good.
Bucks
Butler
in-
would guard Middleton too.
And we all know Butler comes alive in the playoffs. We've seen it last year.
Uh-huh.
We've seen it the year before. Well, sucks the year before that he was on the Wolves, but we saw it
But yeah, I agree.
He did lead
I
them to
agree.
the playoffs. So
to lose in the first round. So okay.
It,
I mean, it was the Rockets.
that was part of
And
the
it-
MVP
and it
season.
was
Okay.
okay. So Clips v
Uh,
Celtics.
Clips in 7.
Clips and
Clips in
6.
7. Dang.
Dang,
You
Raquel.
don't even respect your own team. Kill.
I'm sorry. I just think. Look,
Clips and
I
6.
don't know.
Clips and 6.
Clips and 6.
I'm gonna say
I have
Clips.
7
I just-
because like
Because-
Raquel, you were saying
Man,
like the Celtics
like-
have a big man problem, right? But like I don't think the
Yeah,
Clippers
they
like
do.
have Montrezl Harrell, but like what other big men do they have
Yeah.
that can like?
Zubac. Boy.
Well,
Oh yeah.
But like Kawhi, he's just unbreakable.
Here's the thing, though.
I
You
don't.
gotta remember how well the Celtics played against the Clippers, like in the regular season. I know at the end of the day, the regular season doesn't matter, but it gives you some input.
Yeah.
into
It's a good
how it
indication.
goes. So
To be
it's a
fair,
good
like
indication.
So
In
wait,
this
wait,
play-
wait.
you gotta
whoa, whoa, whoa.
understand
Come on.
when
With
they
that
play
being
this.
said, what about the Clippers? What about the Clippers beating the Lakers in the regular
Yeah.
season? 2-1.
Yeah,
2-1.
I said at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, but it does give us good input. So I wouldn't necessarily, personally, I think the Lakers are going to win, but I wouldn't hate someone if they did the Clippers.
oh, we're not there yet.
They have good reason. We're not there yet.
Sorry to interrupt. I just had to say that. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's keep going then. So we got Celtics and
Lakers
sorry,
in
Clippers
7, I'd say.
I had Clippers.
I mean,
in
yeah,
7.
Clippers in 7. Sorry.
Clippers.
I think Clippers in 6 because
okay,
you
you know what?
gotta understand when these playoffs start, Kawhi and PG are going to be completely healthy.
Well, I mean, PG usually has a tendency of choking
Yeah.
in the playoffs, but
Well, like you gotta
Playoff
understand the
P.
team
Kawhi,
that he
Kawhi
won.
got
Playoff
his back.
P.
Kawhi got his back. Kawhi got his back though.
Are we okay? How much are?
Let's
we
just say
considering
everyone's
injuries?
healthy.
Because
Let's say
Gordon
everyone's
Hayward is injured. But okay, because Gordon Hayward's he's healthy, but he's injured.
Okay, well,
at the
take
same
how they
time.
played in the regular
Injured.
season and just translate that over here.
Well, you gotta.
But then
I feel like
again-
you gotta take account of those injuries.
I don't know,
Yeah.
actually.
That's how we took account of Kyrie and all that.
That's
Okay,
good.
So
All right, I'll say Clippers in 7.
I'll
let's
say
go to the
6.
right.
Let's go
Clippers
right.
six.
I'm surprised you guys didn't just freaking destroy me for liking the Celtics, but okay.
All right.
That's
All right,
another-
Lakers versus Rockets.
Well,
I will say
Lakers and
for the
Lakers in 5.
I'm gonna
Lakers
say
in
Lakers
five.
in 6.
Lakers
I'm gonna
I'd say
in
Lakers.
6.
Lakers
Li-
and 6.
Lakers
You know
at
why I say
5.
5? You know why I say 5?
Why?
With JaVale, LeBron, AD,
JaVale.
you know how big that team is compared to the Rockets?
I mean, that's
But
my
you
own-
No,
can't
I'm just
ignore
gonna say
you can't
solely
ignore the
for
firepower
Anthony
of James
Davis.
Harden and Russell Westbrook.
You can't. So that's why I think
I'm
I
saying,
think
Lakers,
Lakers-
I'm
You
saying
can't
Lakers
ignore
in
the-
5.
You can't ignore the
They're gonna
defense of Robert
choke.
Covington either.
Yeah, for sure. His defense.
As a
Okay,
fellow
but-
T-Wolves player, I do love him, of course, but he does stay inconsistent with his shooting.
Okay, well, if he just plays
He
good
does,
defense
but-
and he's like average on offense, I feel they can.
The Rockets,
managed to,
the
like,
Rockets
2
need him
games.
to clamp up LeBron. At the end of the day, the Rockets need him to clamp up LeBron, and I think
No, that
Because-
can't up AD.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's no
Anthony
stopping.
Davis
There's
should
no
be the
stopping
main
AD.
focus.
they will not clamp.
How do you protect the rim?
There's no stopping
How do you protect the
AD.
paint?
If that
AD,
happens,
like, dude,
They're gonna put PJ Tucker on
If
him.
James
AD's
Harden
gonna
is the only
average-
person who can do a tip-off,
They
for their
have
team.
they have James
how
Harden.
are they
doing
going to go
it.
against all these big men? How are they going to go against JaVale? How are they going to guard this? Like,
George White now.
Yeah, true. They got Dwight, JaVale, LeBron, AD.
I'm
That
telling
team's
you, bro.
stupid.
AD's about to average.
They have too much
Dwight
size.
Howard,
They have too much
exactly.
size.
and then
AD's
Danny
really
Green with
about
that
to
amazing
average, like,
shooting
30.
percentage.
Wait, come on,
Like,
come on,
35.
come on. You
Yeah.
saw Chris Smooth's video. You know how he plays center with Moses Cut, and how he dominated the
Oh, yeah,
Rockets.
he dropped, one of his videos. He dropped like 102
Yeah.
on the Rockets just because they didn't have a center.
But that's Moses
Yeah.
Cut. He's different.
I still got Lakers.
I got Lakers.
Lakers and
I'm
five.
got
Lakers in 5,
Lakers
maybe
I got 6,
4.
I
I
got
think
6.
sweep,
Lakers in 6 for
honestly.
me.
I got Lakers
But-
in 6, and
God.
I think AD's gonna average.
I just feel like
35.
you guys are ignoring like James Harden and Westbrook too much.
I mean, that's why.
No.
That's why I'm gonna go to 6.
I just think that Anthony Davis will have a bigger impact for the Lakers than James Harden will have for the Rockets.
No, we got to think about
You
who's
got-
gonna guard Harden though.
Yeah. Who do you have on the league?
You
Who's gonna
gotta
be
think
guarding
of who's going to guard who. Okay, who's going to guard JaVale? That's my question. Who's guarding my man? The MVP, the GOAT. The
He's my man, he's
himself,
my man.
JaVale.
Exactly. No one.
Fifth pick in our
Yeah.
fantasy.
I should have
by the
taken him
way.
5th.
Let's forget. Let's forget. I'm not thinking. Let's think about who's guarding Harden and Westbrook. Who's gonna be
Who's the
guarding
Lakers
Harden
point
and
guard
Westbrook?
right now?
LeBron on Harden.
Rondo. Rondo.
Okay,
man.
if you got LeBron on Harden, who's guarding Westbrook?
AD.
AD guarding Westbrook.
No,
Switch it up.
No,
a power
bro.
forward
LeBron,
slash center
LeBron's
on
on
a point
Westbrook,
guard.
and Danny Green's on.
Who's guarding
Harden.
Look, they're just gonna put Rondo on Westbrook, probably.
Or Danny? They'll put
Point
Danny
guard.
Green actually. He's a better defender.
Or Danny Green's gonna go on Harden. I know Danny
Yeah.
Green's gonna go on
Who's
Harden.
LeBron going on
'Cause-
then?
If you think back to 2017, Danny Green on the Spurs back in 2017? I can't recall.
Yeah. He was on the Spurs until
Because-
the Raptors made that trade.
Oh yeah, so Danny Green was on the Spurs back in 2017, and I remember how Harden choked that series, 17 series loss against the Spurs. So maybe Danny Green knows something. If he was guarding him a majority of the time, maybe it was Kawhi. I don't really remember that well. Not a Spurs fan,
But Hamad, like you were saying, Harden's gonna just come back like even better, just because he has all this time to like.
he does.
I personally think
Yeah,
he's gonna
I think he
choke like
chokes.
he always does. His play style does not. His play style does not work in the playoffs.
I don't think
It's
he's
been
gonna
proven
choke.
You
time
but
and
you
time
saw the end of the season, like how him and Westbrook were playing, and it was like working like wondrously. So
Well, I mean, they did lose to the Hornets.
I mean, can they remain that consistent?
I feel
though, when
they-
play that
I feel
kind of
they-
I think it's a
I feel
fluke in my opinion.
but like they're not gonna take. We agree. they're
Harden's
not gonna take the
shooting
Lakers. That's
for,
all we're
like-
saying.
I don't know. I just think like okay, let's take it back to the Warriors.
Yeah.
Game 7, KD's down. Clay injured? I think.
Clay was. Clay was not.
You
injured.
have
Clay was
home
not
court. Okay, well, you have home court, and they still choked.
injured. They really did. That was.
Yeah, I get. You can't.
Well,
you can't excuse
that was
that.
without Westbrook, I guess.
That was-
But they still had CP3. I guess you can't excuse that.
Yeah, true.
Okay then.
But do you guys actually never mind. Just never mind. Let's just move on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying like James Harden's like clutch sometimes. Like, did you see that one game in the regular season? It was
I
like
think.
it was in 2019. KD like he went to get the ball, but he stepped out of bounds and no one called that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God! That,
No, but
how
then
did
Harden
they not
did that
call?
clutch
I remember
shot.
that.
Like 2 or 3
One of the
Warriors
most
defenders.
clutch
Yeah.
plays.
Yeah.
I'm still angry about how the refs are
Yeah.
so blind that they did not.
They were like right
how do you
next
not
to him.
see that?
I mean, like it is like there's like a thousand.
You can't
of people
excuse.
around
He was.
there,
He
you
had
know,
both
super
feet
loud.
out of bounds before.
No,
He had
come
both
come
feet.
that was
on.
way
Oh, no, I'm
too
not
much.
talking about that
Yeah.
one. I'm not talking about that one. Okay, that one was way too obvious.
Man, the
before.
refs had
Let's
the
talk
refs
about
had
like
money in
the
that
ones that
game,
they missed
man.
calling.
The
Jack.
refs had money.
Come on. Let's be honest. How did
Well,
they miss?
that's
For those of you who don't know, I'm a big ref hater.
Rick Hill
that's
versus
a topic
refs.
for another day, though.
Yeah,
let's,
facts.
Let's
Facts.
move on.
Let's go to the
Let's
last
move on
one.
to
Raptors
Toronto
versus Nuggets.
Oh yeah, the Raptors versus Nuggets. That's
That's a tough one.
a really tough one. That
is a rough
I know
one.
That's going to 7 games.
Yeah, 7
know
games.
that's
I don't know
going
who's winning.
Raptors 7. Raptors 7.
Okay. Who do you guys see as a leader
Kyle
of the
Lowry.
Raptors?
Pascal Siakam.
No, I think Kyle
Or-
Lowry
yeah.
is like the
He's the leader,
think it's
but
Kyle
Siakam's
Lowry
better
or
on, like,
Siakam?
offensively.
Siakam's the best player.
You don't
but
have to be
Lowry's
the best
leader.
offensive player to be the leader.
I think it's like
That's true.
the
That's
Raptors
true.
last year. Kawhi technically wasn't the leader. It was Kyle Lowry, but
Yeah,
Kawhi
Kawhi
was
was
the
their
best
best
player.
player, but Kyle Lowry led the team.
But you got to understand the massive growth for Fred VanVleet.
I
know?
think
The dude was literally on bench, and now he's
I
like.
think
like
I'll have to go Raptors
Um,
7. Now I think about it because here's my
Whoa.
logic behind this, right? You would think that Jokic is the main offensive option of the Nuggets, right? But
He has
The
to go
thing
against
is-
Marc Gasol, right?
Yes.
he's got to go against Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka, aka Serge Ibaka. You know, the same guy. Yeah, Serge was a monster this year. Not a lot of people noticed.
Okay,
I'm-
but the Raptors have a very
I'm
good
saying,
bench.
The
like,
Nuggets
they
are
got-
the Nuggets have good depth. Dude.
Marc Gasol.
The Nuggets have great depth too, but
Raptors
they
have a
have, like-
very
I
good
think
bench.
the Raptors just match up so well.
Does Will
against
wait?
the
Does
Nuggets.
does Will Barton start for the Nuggets or is he on their bench?
I believe he starts. Yeah, small forward,
He's underrated.
right?
I remember I chose.
You're saying
I
Raps?
remember I chose Kyle Lowry over Fred VanVleet, like in the fantasy draft. Somebody else had Fred VanVleet, and I wish I took that back because Fred VanVleet did way better in points was. that season.
Actually, what happened was
Yeah, he got injured. He got
I
injured.
took Fred VanVleet. I took Fred VanVleet, and what happened was I dropped.
I don't know why
Yeah,
you dropped.
yeah,
Then
I
he
mean-
went off.
You dropped one of the top point
Let me
guards.
explain myself. No. The thing is, Fred VanVleet went all the way till it was like the end of the draft, where pretty much people were just drafting random people, and I just saw Fred VanVleet, and I was like, "Dang, I better pick him up." But he was injured, so I dropped him, which is why
You
I
never
dropped him.
dropped for someone that injured, like in the
I
beginning.
mean,
of the season.
here's another interesting thing about this matchup. It's against two amazing coaches against each other.
Facts.
Mike Malone versus Nick Nurse.
Yeah.
I think
I can't make a decision. I feel this series could go either way.
that's gonna be an incredible series, but
I'm I favor the Raptors.
I'm gonna
more.
say Raptors.
I'm gonna say
in
Raptors.
seven,
in
Raptors in
and they
seven.
win by 5 points in Game 7. I think so.
That'll be one of the
remember
best
that.
series. if
Even
that
more
happens,
prediction.
If you get if you get that
very
exactly
interesting
right,
series.
I'll give you
You
30.
give me $30. All right,
Right there. Raptors 7 and they win by
And they win
5
by
points.
5 points.
I'll give you 100. You know, screw it.
so I'll just say Raptors in 7 so we can move on.
Win by 5 points
Interesting.
in Game 7. Okay. Let's go back to the East. I mean,
So now we have
the left. Yeah.
You have Bucks
I got
v
Clippers.
Clips in 7. Clips in 7.
Clippers in
Actually,
seven.
wait, no.
Actually, no.
Clippers.
I say
No.
Clippers in 6. I'm gonna say Clippers in 6.
No, I don't. I think.
I'm
Clippers
gonna say
in
Clippers
six.
in 7.
My sole reason is Kawhi's gonna clamp up Giannis.
That's
and
true.
This
That's
time
true.
Kawhi's got a way better team
Oh, it's
around
very
him.
true.
And I think they're
I'd
gonna,
still say Clippers in 7 because the Bucks are a better team.
the
this
Bucks
year.
are a lot better this year, true. But I think Kawhi can stop Giannis. Even better than anyone else in the league.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of that last year was also due to Marc Gasol, you know. But
Yeah.
I mean, Montrez is still a great defender. Like if
He's
they're gonna put
undersized.
him on
He's
Giannis.
undersized,
Mhm.
but like he can still defend.
Undersized, but he's an amazing defender. So I
Mhm.
believe that
Yeah, what
And
happened
Patrick
to
Beverley.
Brooke Lopez
And
this year,
Pat
man?
Bev.
Though.
Lou Williams, like their bench is
he's-
No,
stacked.
what happened to Brooke Lopez though? He was Splash Mountain last
Oh,
year,
yeah,
and this
he
year
fell
he's
off.
like,
Brooke fell off.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was shooting.
Brooke really fell off.
But yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, he didn't really fall off.
He was really
shooting-wise.
underrated last season.
Yeah, and that's like
Yeah. But let's be honest. His role should not be shooting. Like he was.
well, they
good
wanted
at it,
to.
but like
Didn't they want to surround
typically
Giannis with shooters?
people with
If you're a stretch big, then yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that is your role, Akil.
If you're a power forward center type of person, you're not shooting the ball, but he was able to do it somehow.
I mean,
So he
people would
exceeded
prefer that you're a
expectations
stretch
of what the
big. That's
position
like
he played.
especially in this era.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
That's why
I see
Brooklyn's
what you
so
mean. But
valuable.
yeah,
I'll go Clips in 7 though.
I'm going Clips in 6.
I'm gonna say
6.
I got Clips in 7.
But what about you?
And
Clips in 6.
Okay.
Clips in 6.
So now we have
it's
Clips
just
versus
like,
Lakers.
It's just like
Ooh.
but going back to the Clips versus Bucks, like the Clippers can literally clamp up the entirety of the Bucks team. If you think about it.
You got PG on Middleton and Kawhi on Giannis.
Or Trez on Giannis.
Mm.
Montrez on
Who you
You
got
know,
on-
the best
who you
thing
got
about the
on Bledsoe?
Clippers,
oh yeah, Bledsoe's a good defender. I mean, how would that even work? Patrick Beverly versus Eric Bledsoe.
You got to remember the Bucks are a really good defense. The Bucks are a really good defensive team.
That works in my opinion.
They are. They're an amazing defensive team, but I just think if they can clamp up Giannis, then it's over for the Bucks.
Mhm.
If they can clamp up Giannis and Middleton,
Yeah.
it's over for the
how about
Bucks.
Marcus?
Markeith.
No more.
That's a big criticism of
They
the
have
Bucks
Morris,
is
but,
that their
like,
players that Giannis's play style doesn't work.
Do they have
in the
Marcus or
playoffs.
Markeith Morris?
Morris.
Marcus.
Yeah.
And the Lakers
Isn't
have
it?
the Lakers have Markeith, right?
Oh, I forgot about
Lakers,
him.
Lakers got Marquis. Yeah.
I just know him because he played for Detroit.
All right. So let's go to Lakers versus Raptors.
Lakers in
Ooh.
6.
Lakers in
honestly.
Lakers and
Raptors-
six. Lakers and 6. Lakers and 6.
Lakers in 6. I'm going Lakers in 6.
Yeah, I agree. Lakers in 6.
And I
That'd
think
be another
I
good
mean,
series, though.
It would be a great series, but I don't think we need to explain why we believe Lakers in 6. LeBron and AD are just going to take off in the playoffs.
Mhm.
There's no
One thing
stopping them,
though, we got if AD stays healthy, that's the big concern.
for sure. AD's been
Yeah.
AD and Paul
healthy
George.
this year.
No,
I
but
thought.
imagine like AD and Paul George, like they both get injured. What's gonna happen?
Oh, then it's Kawhi versus LeBron then, which is what we are.
But would they even make it to the finals?
Oh
at that
well,
point?
when are you
Like,
saying?
let's say, like-
when
let's
are
say,
they
like-
getting
let's say,
injured?
like,
Are they
second
getting
round.
injured in the finals or? Okay, so the Clippers would play the Celtics and the
I still
Lakers
think
would
both
play
of
the
them would make it to the
Rockets.
conference finals.
Well, without Paul George, Jason
That
Tatum would
depends
go
on
off.
if Kawhi's guarding him or not, which he probably will.
But you still got Kemba,
That's true.
You still got Kemba, Jalen Brown, and Gordon Hayward to worry about.
Yeah,
Jalen
you have to
Brown.
worry
You got
about
Patrick
Kemba.
Beverly. You got Patrick Beverly on Kemba.
Beverly's
You
a
got
little.
good
Beverly's a little overrated, in my opinion.
Beverly is a little overrated.
And so
Can't-
He's an amazing teammate to have.
Yeah, he's a
Can't
good.
deny
He is
fun to
a good
watch.
teammate.
if the Clippers and the Lakers face each other, we're gonna have so many clips of just LeBron and Beverly going on.
That's
at
what
each
we're,
other.
we're getting to now.
It'll be
Clippers
funny.
versus Lakers. Who we got? I got Lakers in 7.
Yeah, me too. Lakers in 7.
And
Oh no, I'm
For
gonna
me,
get outnumbered.
Clippers in 7. Clippers.
I
Oh
don't
really? I was
care
gonna
about
say
the
Clippers
fact
in
that
7
I'm
too.
saying
No way.
this purely as a fanboy, the Lakers are gonna win in 7. PG.
I thought you guys were gonna team up on me, and it would be 3 Lakers versus me, the saying the only one.
I'm just gonna say it through my Not. I don't hate LeBron. I
You
don't hate
definitely
LeBron.
You hate LeBron, Bipple.
I
You
don't
hate
hate him.
LeBron.
No, I don't hate him. I just don't.
You call him LeBum. You
You
call him
definitely
LeBum
hate
all the
LeBron.
time.
I know
Okay,
you
okay,
hate
okay.
LeBron.
Well, there's
You don't even call him
There's a
LeBron. You're
difference.
like
I don't-
LeBum.
I don't like LeBron, but I
I know
respect
you
his
were so
game
happy
and I
when
respect
Dirk
what he
beat
does
LeBron.
outside of the game.
When Dirk,
Oh, I watch that game all the
Utterly
time.
destroyed.
That's not my favorite. I love that game.
One thing I don't like about LeBron is that he secretly
That's
he
true.
complains
He
to the
does.
refs a lot. What he like literally whenever the refs are in the huddle, you'll
Still-
always see LeBron. Notice this. Whenever the refs are in a huddle, LeBron will be standing right there. No one's putting their back to LeBron, and he's
Man,
talking.
a lot of players do that. That's
the only
such a
criticism I
stupid
have.
Criticism. A bunch of people do that.
And also, he in post game interviews, sure he has court vision. He can remember like what every single play that happens, but he also throws people under the bus. But
whatever.
continue.
Whatever, man. But yeah.
I still like LeBron
No, you
though.
don't.
I still like
We
him.
know you don't.
LeBron's my favorite player.
I like him as a. I just don't like
LeBron-
his mindset. But okay. Continue.
I don't hate him. Definitely not one of my favorites, but I do think I respect his game too much. And considering that he's the best player on the Lakers, yeah, I do have to kind of like him. But basically, my logic.
You say that grudgingly.
just a
I
little
do have to
spoiler.
I
like
feel like
him.
we both, all of us can agree that this game could go both
Yeah,
ways.
that's true. It could go. It could go both ways.
I can't deny
What
it.
Rodney
Can't deny
Pryor said. What Rodney Pryor said is that it's going to come down to who's the best
Facts,
player in the
facts.
fourth
I don't
quarter.
think there's.
I
The
believe
words
that's
of
what
That's
he
the
Rodney
said.
best way to put it. That's the best way to put it. Because these are both like amazing teams against
Consistent
each other.
teams who have like amazing bench rosters too.
Well, Clippers have a better bench, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Kawhi and
Lakers
LeBron
haven't
clutch.
figured
That's
out
not
their
true at all.
rotation.
Kawhi and LeBron.
Wait, what's not true?
Fourth
They're
quarter
both
now.
clutch.
Both clutch. AD is pretty clutch too. I guess for Clippers
I never
fans,
seen Paul George. We don't know what Paul George
Now
can
Paul
do.
George hit that shot for the Pacers.
We don't know what-
Like over.
I mean, that's
I'm
exactly
in
what
finals,
saying,
Paul
bro.
George.
Playoff P. That's what Clippers fans should be worried about. That's why the Lakers are gonna win.
Yeah.
Playoff P. It's because when AD and LeBron are gonna step up in the finals, I know Paul George most likely. I'm saying this as a fan. I'm not saying this for a fact. I don't think Paul George will step up as much as the other two to help Kawhi to get to win the championship ultimately.
AD is a better teammate than Paul George is what you're saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. And I think
You know what? Just so we can have a consensus, I'll say
You're-
Lakers.
Let's just agree. We agree.
Wow,
We agree. It
Raquel.
can go either
Wow,
way. Let's
Raquel. I just want to
just
say.
agree on that. It can go either way.
Raquel,
But no. Okay. Only reason why I say that is because I do think the Lakers have a great argument for, I respect their opinion.
True. Well, we also
I
don't,
don't
know
think
how,
it's set
we
in
also
stone
don't know
that
how
the
AD is
Clippers
going
can
to
beat
do
the
in the
Lakers.
AD
Yeah.
comes up.
That is very
No,
good point.
AD
We haven't seen
past the
AD
first
play in the
round.
playoffs
I
at
know
all,
he's only been
actually.
in 2 playoff series.
But still in the playoffs.
Okay, AD with the Pelicans doesn't really count. Like he played one
He played
series with the
They
in the
swept the
playoffs.
Blazers. They
We don't
swept
know
the
if
Blazers
AD
in that
choked
series.
or
though.
not.
AD,
That's a good
AD
point.
goes off in the playoffs. He was averaging like 33 against the Blazers, and like what else? They played the
you can't
Blazers.
say that series doesn't count when they swept the Blazers because of AD.
And the Blazers were the favorite of that series too.
Yeah.
So you can't deny AD's impact. He steps it up in the playoffs, and honestly, I think AD's gonna step it up to a point in the playoffs. That
And he has
if the
a better
Lakers
team
win-
now.
If the Lakers win, I'm comfortable in calling AD the Finals MVP. I don't know if he will, but
Mm,
I think
Mhm.
I'd
I'm
have
just saying.
LeBron.
I'm just saying it can go both
Um,
ways. 7-game series both ways.
he can.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Because when Paul George goes wild,
it's
with his
very
shooting,
hard.
and like Danny Green going wild, like
oh yeah, Danny Green for the Spurs.
Fourth quarter?
the
fourth
2015.
quarter is going to go insane for
2014.
One of the
What do you mean by going wild? Do you mean taking shots that they shouldn't?
No, they're just
take,
on
or
fire,
Taking
is what I'm
shots
saying.
that
they're just
they-
on fire. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
occasionally,
Yeah, Danny Green does.
Reggie
it.
I am
Jackson.
kinda scared.
That's his role.
Did he say Reggie Jackson?
What?
Did he?
They do.
Did he say? Did you say Reggie Jackson? Please don't say Reggie Jackson.
No. I was just reading something.
Don't be disrespecting my man Reggie Jackson. He's a good piece for the Clippers. He's a good piece for the
he was on the Pistons. Oh my god. Some days he was so good. Some days he was so bad.
Imagine.
Overrated.
But okay,
And
I think if the Clippers
Oh.
win, I think we all know who's winning Finals MVP. Kawhi, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
I can understand.
Kawhi,
LeBron
without a
wins
doubt,
the
without
Finals
a
MVP, but personally, I think it's gonna be AD. But we never know. This is
You never know.
any facts.
Like Rodney Pryor said, best player in the fourth quarter.
Best player in the fourth
Fourth
quarter.
quarter.
LeBron has a tendency of showing up in the fourth quarter.
I don't know. LeBron, he goes off in the playoffs.
yeah, that's
and
what-
I think
that's what I
he'll
think, too.
outmatch AD in the playoffs to me. Maybe if the Lakers make another Finals appearance,
Yeah.
LeBron takes a step
For
back
me, it's
a
not
little
about
bit,
LeBron.
even just a little
Like
bit.
next
Then
year,
maybe I think
feel
that
if they
AD
make
can
the
win
finals and win
MVP.
AD
I know
win
it
Finals
doesn't.
MVP.
I know it doesn't seem like it, but from the way I see it, I think LeBron's already taken a step back, at least in scoring.
Yeah.
To give it more to
He's
AD.
more of a playmaker now.
And I think
more
that's
than he already was.
I think that's gonna happen.
I mean,
more in
yeah,
the
yeah.
playoffs. I think they're gonna use AD even more as a lob threat, more pick and rolls, more pick and fades, things like that. I think
LeBron
did
he's
step
gonna
back,
do
though.
he's gonna do better in scoring though, for sure.
for sure,
LeBron.
for sure. You know what?
It could go either way.
It could go either way.
Well, actually-
but I would think it's actually my wish that it would be AD. You know, it would signify the new generation of the Lakers. You know, passing the torch
moment.
Cool. Or it'd be cool if LeBron turned back time and
Yeah.
took over.
Hey, you always tell me
It
Father
is,
Time
but-
is undefeated.
Yeah.
LeBron's got
But-
LeBron defies.
Well, well, then we can move on
Yeah, we
to
probably
my
should.
favorite part of our new segment called "Inside the Mind of Paul Pierce."
Ooh.
You say if you
Yeah.
agree or disagree with what he says.
All right.
That's it. So the first thing is LeBron's
Interesting.
Heat was underachieved.
LeBron's
The
under-
back-to-back champions, 2012,
That
2015.
if you think about it, it's low key facts. Because
Okay,
They
listen,
they chose
I
that
agree
2011
in some
series.
parts.
That 2011
they
series against the
should not have
Mavericks.
lost 2011. They for
Yeah.
sure should not have lost 2011, but they did.
No, LeBron played so bad in that series, man.
So
You can't excuse that.
I think they
That's
should have
where the
competed.
name LeBum evolved.
And then he won 2 championships after that.
So I think he did kind of.
But I don't think he should have won that. I don't think he should have won that for
the
sure.
Mavs. I mean, no, they were the favorites. I mean, he definitely should have probably beaten Dirk, considering he had a much better team. But you know, Dirk was just.
Didn't they lose in
outplayed
6 too? Like it wasn't even 7.
Yeah, they lost in 6. It wasn't even.
They should have at
They
least
lost
taken
in
them. They should have at least taken them to 7, and LeBron should have stepped up more.
Yeah,
That's what
for
I
sure. I think so. In that case, I think they did underachieve. They
Yeah, if
definitely
you're
should have won
from that
in
perspective.
2001.
But one thing, the next question actually does
Yeah.
trigger me off a little bit. LeBron James is not top 5.
Cap,
Oh,
cap,
Interesting.
cap.
That is whack.
Can we just move on?
That's-
to the next one?
that's
Like,
so-
how cap it is?
Oh my! That's not even
LeBron is the
debatable. I
second
don't
greatest player
understand.
of all time.
I don't know.
Pierce is just mad LeBron like shit on the
Yeah,
Celtics.
Pierce is just mad. at
Well,
LeBron.
you know how the
LeBron
beef actually occurred?
destroyed him.
Apparently,
I'm a
apparently,
Celtics fan. I'm a Celtics fan, and
Paul
I still
Pierce,
think
spat
that
on
LeBron is
him,
top
spat
5.
on him or something. Is that like the
No.
beef
He
involved?
didn't spit on him specifically. He spat on the Cavaliers bench.
Roster.
The bench.
Yeah, the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like way back, like 2004.
Yeah.
Why or like what was the
I
situation?
don't know.
I feel like I should have read that more, but the one thing that he said
I
that
don't
was
know.
debatable was Giannis MVP over LeBron.
Oh yeah,
I got LeBron.
I got LeBron this
Wait,
season.
and
To be
his
honest,
MVP?
I got LeBron.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I got Giannis. Giannis winning MVP.
yeah, I got Giannis.
I got
I'm
Giannis
LeBron.
for sure.
Interesting.
I mean, his points per game were. I mean, he did have a
I've
bigger
LeBron.
impact. for his
Giannis
team.
was
LeBron.
the best Well, he was one of he was a top 3 defender in the league this year.
Wasn't he favored? Wasn't he like favored to win? this
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
dude.
by like 50 votes. I think.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
think
yeah,
I think
he
if
was
Giannis,
forecasted.
I think if the Bucks won 70 games, then Giannis is a unanimous MVP. In my opinion, no one else has.
Second unanimous.
I think Giannis would become the second unanimous MVP if they won 70 games. I don't think anyone else.
I don't think he'd be unanimous. Still, there'd still be people out there. Who
I
vote for
think
LeBron.
people out there, but in my opinion, I'd call him unanimous.
And he also increased his 3-point percentage by a lot.
But yeah, I for sure
It was
Giannis
like
is my MVP.
22 last season, now it's like 30. Like,
Giannis,
that's really good.
I always say,
I
if
think
Giannis
no,
can
wasn't he
shoot
played way
threes,
better
it's
this
game
season
over.
than last?
oh for sure.
in my
Yeah,
opinion.
Scoring average went up.
Yeah,
Like,
without a doubt.
Just think about
the growth
LeBron.
of him.
Like, LeBron being able to do all this at his age,
I mean,
and like
the age argument.
that's it.
I mean,
the age argument. Is,
The
yeah,
age.
the age argument wouldn't be considered for
Yeah,
MVP.
there's- I
You
don't
still
think-
have
I
to
don't-
look. You still have to look at it.
You still gotta like respect that, but
You gotta
You have to consider it and
Yeah,
respect
you
it.
do.
think about 2000.
I would respect it, but it has to be like an objective way, though. You feel me?
Another thing that a lot of people talk about is who garners more hype.
LeBron for sure.
To
LeBron
be honest,
definitely.
I'm not sure.
Giannis? No, LeBron for sure, of course.
LeBron for sure has more hype around.
Well,
him.
Especially
okay,
being
okay.
in an LA team.
The thing,
Yeah, being in LA, LeBron's literally still the face of the league.
well,
Like he's
yeah.
out of
So
the
you-
most popular players of
I
all
remember-
time. He's second, only behind Jordan. But yeah, definitely has more hype around him. No
I remember
question.
like 5 years ago, like there was like debates on who was the face of the NBA, and it was like Curry
Curry
or
or
like
LeBron.
LeBron. And I kind of like remember that. You guys still remember
Well, that
that?
faded away after
When Curry was
2016.
like,
Yeah.
wait, there's
Speaking of that, really random question, but who do you think LeBron is going to pass the torch to? Some people think
By the
it's
time
Luka,
LeBron
some people think
It's
it's
gonna go to
Giannis.
Giannis.
It's gonna go to Giannis.
Some people think it's Steph.
It's gonna be Giannis.
Giannis
Luka.
then Luka.
Well, Giannis, Luka, or Zion. Who knows?
Some people say
Steph is
That's
Steph.
older.
already like
now.
30 something.
yeah, he already. I mean, he's one of the greatest players for sure. But
I thought that if Steph Curry did not get injured,
Yeah, I
he
actually
would
do
be in the
agree with that.
MVP
Yes, I
conversation
do.
Yeah.
Especially
this season.
if he led his team,
If, the,
of course.
if
If they
they
made the playoffs,
for sure, he would have been in top 5 MVP talks, no question.
he wouldn't win. He would not win though, for sure.
But
He
yeah,
wouldn't.
my thing is LeBron is not MVP. I don't think there's a debate, but I think at the end of the day, Giannis deserves it. He led his team to the best record in the league. He stepped up points.
It's just amazing how like, even though he had like such a great season last year, he did
he
better.
still did
somehow.
better this
Like,
year. And that's
when
insane.
nobody thought it was possible.
That's crazy. That's like
I mean, it was for
I
sure
mean,
possible, but
how he stepped it up in 2016, even better than he did in 2015.
Yeah.
It's just insane.
yeah.
How much Giannis just improves every single year, and also Giannis does not have another superstar next to him. I know Chris Middleton's like an all-star type, but
Giannis does have a whole as a team.
I was
They're all
about to
around
say.
better
as a
Yeah.
team,
than
he
I mean,
does have better
that means the
players.
Lakers then have like amazing.
But I don't think the fact that LeBron has 80, I think it kind of
I guess, yeah. Since LeBron has 80, that does take away
He's got a
from what he's been
superstar.
doing.
So Giannis
I
is
see,
for sure
yeah,
my MVP.
I see what you mean.
What else did Paul Pierce say?
I mean, you gotta look at it. LeBron without 80, how did he do with that?
I think he's like a 5 seed.
Without considering his
I
injury.
think LeBron's a 5 seed in the West without 80.
And without the other key players
Interesting.
that they just like,
Oh.
Interesting.
like Danny Green.
So you're saying
Why-
like Lakers last year? Like
Yeah.
if LeBron didn't get injured last year,
Well, wait, I'm
Yeah,
confused.
you're
So you're
saying,
saying
like,
that
if
Lonzo
none of
Lonzo
if,
never
okay,
had-
if we're just considering the last season,
okay.
the whole
Well, I feel like Ingram and Lonzo only blossomed the way that they did because
agree,
they were
yeah.
in a new system and that they were with the Pelicans. If Ingram was still with the Lakers
Lonzo
and
was
Lonzo
just-
was
Well,
still with the
You
Lakers,
did see
they
you
wouldn't
did
have,
see Ingram tearing it
like-
up near the end of the season
That's
for the
true,
Lakers, but then he got those blood clots. So.
But Lonzo, I don't think
yeah, it's
Lonzo.
just scary.
Yeah.
He's not a good fit with LeBron. Their play styles are way too similar.
LeBron's
Lonzo. But yeah, that's my opinion. Giannis is my MVP, no question.
yeah, I respect that.
yeah. I respect it, but I still
That's
think
all good.
LeBron's
All right,
MVP.
let's just move
definitely
on to the
depends.
next topic.
So next question.
Adam Sandler movie with LeBron James. It's apparently called Hustle. Sandler plays an American basketball scout who has unjustly been fired and discovers a talented player abroad and decides to bring him into NBA. Does that sound familiar?
I don't know. You tell me. Does it?
Did Dirk? wasn't he about to join the military or something?
No, he was. I heard he was about to be a tennis player.
No, I
you know-
saw
you
that
know-
random.
Tim Duncan was he was originally gonna become an
Olympic swimmer.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then his pool
Olympic
got
swimmer.
destroyed
Interesting.
by
His
hurricane.
pool got destroyed by the
So he's just
storm.
like, let me just play some
He's like,
basketball.
alright, guess I'll go
Let's play
basketball.
some
A blessing
Guess I'll
in
just shoot some
disguise.
hoops.
fan. Oh, another topic that I forgot about is the Zion legal battle. So I can introduce it really quick. Basically, Zion was signed to a marketing team called Prime Sports. He left them. They thought that he wasn't legally allowed to leave them. But then in court, Zion said that they weren't even allowed to talk to him in the first place under North Carolina law because they weren't allowed to negotiate with an amateur like Zion was. And pretty much to sum it up really fast, if Zion loses this court case, they'll take 15% of all his brand deals. Which, by the way,
he's like for his whole career.
His whole career, or forever.
No, the ones that he has right now. So pretty much that's Gatorade, that's Jordan brand.
He signed one of the biggest deals with Jordan.
And we actually posted about this.
I thought you were going to talk about how the legal benefits.
It's estimated to be around $95 million. So 15% of that.
So, I thought you were going to talk about the legal benefits that he had at Duke.
I was just getting to that. So basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to get I keep saying Giannis for some reason. They keep trying to get Zion to say on oath if sorry about that. If his parents did or did not receive benefits that were illegal from Duke. And
I'm just saying if they do find it, I'm not going to be surprised.
We asked you guys in the comments about this, and a lot of you guys just said that
this probably happens to a bunch of players.
Honestly,
it's so obvious. NCAA is just rigged.
NCAA is corrupt anyway. I'm totally on Zion.
Yeah. I hope Zion wins this because I think he deserves that money. To be honest, let's be honest. He didn't really
don't get the point. And why they don't allow players to get paid.
And that's
yes,
why
it does
players
help.
are going to.
Yes, it does help the bigger colleges, but still.
And that's why a lot of players are going straight to the G League now instead of going to college.
I could move on to our next part. A lot of research about the G League thing and all that.
Thompson documentary
and what happened. No, not the documentary.
The G League. The G League.
Of how players now
one of my okay, so I'm a fan of the Michigan Wolverines, and one of their 5-star prospects, Isaiah Todd, he committed to that team, and then he's like, you know what, I'm just gonna go straight to the G League. So he's joining a Southern California team with Jalen Green, and they're one of the first few high school players just going straight to the G League.
Yeah. I got a question to ask you guys. Do you guys think NBA players should go straight to the G League, or do you think NCAA is the move for all players in general to be successful in the NBA?
And
I think
what
it
you're trying
depends
to
on the type of player you are.
Sure.
If you have potential, but you think that you need to work on your game a little bit, I would say go NCAA. But I think if you're top of the game, top 10% or whatever, I'd say just go straight.
Some people okay, Ricky. If you think about it, right, a bunch of top prospects from the draft became a bust in the NBA, right?
That is.
So if you think about it, if they don't do well,
that is NBA.
If you don't do well in the G League,
that is NBA competition, though. And G League doesn't compare to NBA competition.
So in a way, it's different compared to college games.
The biggest
different types of
I
players.
feel like just the whole experience of going to college is one a lot of players will.
It's necessary. That's what Rodney Pryor said in the interview too.
Yeah,
it's very valuable.
He said the experience is way different compared to
not just playing sports, but just experiencing college.
Facts.
I would say in the NCAA they prohibit you from building.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
You know what I mean? Even in dumb ways too. I don't know. Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Do you think many more players are going to continue to do this? Do you think it's just going to become a whole new trend?
I think it's going to become a growing trend.
I think so too. Yeah, especially if some players are able to build their brand and get a bunch of brand deals, just make millions off of that, then for sure it's going to continue to be a trend. But if it proves fatal, then no.
Yeah. Well, NCAA is going to have to improve a lot of their policies.
This is a huge L for this.
Because I remember back when
the G League is. Go ahead.
Because I remember when Trevor Lawrence. This is kind of about football, but when Trevor Lawrence was trying to make a GoFundMe and they said no, you're not allowed to do it. That created a lot of backlash against the NCAA. I know it's just football, but like,
you know, and the G League themselves said they're gonna pay elite prospects at least $500,000 while providing a 1-year development program outside the minor league's traditional team structure. So it's just becoming so much more of an appealing option for players now. So like you guys said, it's just gonna become a trend in the future. You can't really fault people for doing it now. Like, if you want to build your brand, you want to make money, then G League is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still think college experience.
Yeah, college does have
more valuable.
It's an experience you like can't like forego, in my opinion.
But in a way, though, like the draft is going to be way different if you think about it now.
Yeah.
The ranking for NCAA is going to be different
That's
now.
true.
Like, since all the best players do go to the G League, hypothetically, because like they want to build their brand and all that. That means it's going to be hard for scouts and all that to see like, oh wait, who do you think if this person's number one at NCAA and this person's doing well in the G League?
Yeah, how do you
compare
compare them?
Yeah, how do I compare this now? Because they're not going against
Like,
each
you got to
other.
look at the competition they face too.
So it just changes the game in general
Yeah,
as a whole.
that's gonna be interesting.
It's a good
Moving
point.
on, we got Damian Lillard.
Oh yeah.
Him on. You got a lot to talk about this. I know that.
Okay. So,
Can you explain it?
We
the whole
posted about this.
situation is that, well, a lot of you guys probably already know, but Dame was just talking about how if he's not going to play games that don't matter to the playoffs, or at least if they're not going to be in the playoffs, then he said he's going to sit out most of the games because he believes that they don't matter, and so there's no point in risking his health. Or
I mean, 5 teams were fighting for the 8th seed in the West.
That's true. And he says if that's happening,
I-
he says if they are going to do something like that where they have a chance to make it into the playoffs, then he's going to play for sure. But if it's just like a bunch of random games, I mean, he said he's not going to do it. And, there's a lot of takes.
I respect that.
I respect that
some people
opinion.
say, oh, he's just being careful for his health and his, his body and stuff.
I wouldn't say
His
hell.
family and
In a way, yeah.
His family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, he never.
He has a
From
little
that
kid.
perspective, it's completely
But
understandable.
some people also think he's just being an entitled brat that doesn't want to play, and that I don't know, man. That could be true, but I don't think.
If Damian Lillard is an entitled brat, he would request a trade. If Damian Lillard was a brat, he would request a trade. He would demand.
Oh, yeah,
he would demand
sure.
the the Blazers
I
to do
think-
something. But no, he's a leader and he
Dame's
leads
just-
by example. So I think that
Dame's just not
that-
the type
that,
of person to do that.
criticism about him is just completely
That
irrelevant.
is very true. And even when he was talking to Jalen Rose
Yeah.
during the interview, he was talking about how people are taking a bunch of his words out of context and that like he's saying it's for his health. And his
I
body.
took it out of context myself. I took it out of context when I first read it.
I mean, yeah,
Like-
Dame.
Damian Lillard, if you're somehow listening to this podcast, just DM us. Anytime we could hook up an interview.
Yeah.
Anytime, Dame.
I'm sure you can
Thoughts and
tell that we're
opinions,
big
I'm
fans.
just saying.
I'm your
But
biggest
moving
fan,
on, not moving on, but
Go.
go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, yeah.
Oh, all I
What are
said
your
was I'm your
thoughts?
biggest fan, Dame. In case he was listening.
He is.
Keep going.
Yeah, he is. For like a solid a year, he put you as underrated
Oh,
in
yeah.
his bio. So.
I remember that. But keep going.
Game time.
Played documentary.
Vipul, I know you
My
got a lot to
favorite
say
part.
about that.
I love this. I just want to say, the documentary itself was actually interesting. I know a lot of people are gonna be like, oh yeah, it's an ACL. A lot of normal process for an NBA player. But this dude literally got injured during the finals game, where he lost the whole series, right? So of course there's gonna be a psychological effects and all that. But one key thing that he did talk about was how he was overhearing a lot of people saying, the dynasty's over, these people are done, the injuries are going to be unrepairable in a way. So, will the Warriors win a finals again?
Well,
Oh yeah.
the West just keeps
I
getting
think
With
the
Curry
dynasty,
being-
the dynasty is for sure not
With
over.
Curry being 32 next year,
Still an elite
and
level
Clay
player.
The thing is, everyone knows that Steph and Clay are gonna show up. I think the real issue is Draymond gonna keep
also what's
progressing,
gonna
or is he
happen
gonna
with
actually
Wiggins now
like
that he's on
show up?
I think
I think Wiggins will be a good key card.
That is another big thing is that they have a
Wiggins
top
went through
draft
some
pick,
serious
so
damage
how is
with the
that gonna-
Timberwolves, but I feel like he's gonna be.
I think the space.
He seemed pretty happy.
I think the lack of
Joining the
spacing-
Warriors, he put it on his story that he's free. That's what he said.
Did he?
I quote
probably
free,
did.
but yeah, he did.
How does that make you
He
feel,
did.
Ripple?
It makes me feel. I just want to say, I'm happy that we have D'Lo. Amazing person. He said of course, he didn't want to join the Timberwolves at first because of the weather and all
He's got his
that.
homies.
Apparently, but he seems motivated. He seems motivated to win. He made like a 5-minute speech before his first game about how like a lot of work has to be done, and I feel like he's unlike Wiggins. He's actually motivated to work out, practice.
Dang.
Unlike Wiggins.
Wiggins, I'm just saying, if Andrew Wiggins, if you're watching this, I'm just saying, anytime I will interview you personally, talk about some stuff. But yeah, but it was
I remember when Wiggins.
They call
Wiggins
him
is the next
like
LeBron.
Maple
Yeah,
Jordan.
Maple
Jordan.
I'll just
Wasn't
tell you
Maple
something.
Mamba?
He's not a
Maple
bust.
Jordan.
Maple Jordan.
No, Maple RJ, right? Yeah.
Maple
Yeah,
Mamba
yeah.
is like RJ, yeah.
I'll just say
'Cause he's from
Andrew
Canada
Wiggins
and
is not a
stuff.
bust.
He's not.
That's
I-
it.
He's not a bust, but
Not what everybody
He's a
says.
little-
he didn't live up to the
He's
hype.
underrated.
Yeah, he's a little underwhelmed.
He's still young. Though,
He has
so
time.
I
He has
guess.
time.
I think the Warriors are great system, literally great.
But did any of you guys watch the documentary then?
I did. And I like how Clay like he's rather than spending time about like the process of rehabbing, like the physical process, he talked a lot about like the psychological like impact that it had on him.
That's really important to get your
Like,
head in the game.
Many people don't like focus on like NBA players like mental health and like what impacts them like, psychologically.
Like if they do bad, they get all they hate, but when they do good, something,
Yeah.
they get all positive.
when we just see NBA players, we just think, oh, they play basketball. Oh, they got to play better. Oh, they got to play.
They're not human, yeah.
But, like they're human too. So
Mhm.
I like how Clay addressed this whole psychological perspective.
And like it just kind of like gave that motivation that the Warriors are going to come back.
Yeah,
I definitely think they are finals prospects for the next 2 years.
I hope. Do you think they're gonna draft Wiseman with their pick?
I don't know how the draft's going to work. That's my
That's true. That's true.
my thoughts.
But you guys
No.
didn't answer
No,
your question.
no.
Do you think
I
the
mean-
dynasty is over?
Depends on how you.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know
not
how.
think it's over.
I don't know if they'll win a championship, but they're gonna be one of the best teams in the league next year.
Yeah, I think that draft pick mixed
Wiggins
with
is finally
Stephen Clay
happy
to be
and,
rested
like,
and
Happy
Who knows?
Wiggins might go wild.
If they get Wiseman,
He's in
that's gonna be
California
such
now,
a good
so.
team. If they get Wiseman, that's gonna be such a good team because they just need a center now.
it's gonna be the return of the bandwagons when the Warriors return. Like Warriors fans were so quiet.
I mean,
when
who
this
wouldn't
stuff
be
happened.
quiet?
Oh,
I don't
that's
see
true.
them
There's
now.
nothing
They're
to
probably
talk about
all
for the
Lakers
Warriors.
fans now. All the Warriors fans
I mean,
are
they're
now
probably
Lakers
Clippers fans.
Let's be honest.
Because Warriors do hate LeBron.
Well,
So.
yeah, for sure. Fucked by James after all.
Oh, that's true. But if you're a bandwagon, you don't care about that stuff. If
Oh, I
you're a
thought you meant, like,
bandwagon, you
Warriors
follow
fans.
whatever team's the best.
Yeah.
But going on to our main topic that we wanted to talk about for the past 2 weeks, maybe 3, the Last Dance finale.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Maybe if someone watched it
Are you
faster.
calling me out? Because I actually didn't watch it. So I was just like, I was probably like 36 hours
I'm
late.
just
but,
saying.
I feel like that's still.
It's okay. I had to watch
Acceptable.
it late too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you were there when the three of us were discussing Last Dance. Someone
For what?
else-
Oh, you mean the first episode? The first episode I caught up.
I'm talking about the
yeah,
first,
I watched
second,
those,
third,
like, all
fourth.
week late, but that was for personal reasons.
All right.
Outer Banks.
Okay, buddy.
Outer Banks, no way.
What you guys think of the finale?
Well, the
Emotional.
whole thing in general,
One word,
just
emotional.
incredible
It was great. It
experience.
was
It's just that I think they should have talked a little more about other Bulls players. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan was
Yeah.
like
Like they mentioned them, but
I
like,
think they should have talked about them a little more.
You know, one thing that they should have talked about. I know it's not relating.
Yeah.
Tony Kukoc. Sorry to
But you know,
interrupt.
like I know this is not related to the Bulls, but like in Jordan and like general, you know what they should have talked about? His children. Like,
well, maybe
his son.
maybe he didn't want that to be like super
Yeah, maybe he
public.
did, but like I'm saying, like if he did put all those parts in his life, see, like I'm just wondering, like you know the amount of pressure that like these children go through when they want to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
basketball player. Like his son was literally like a top prospect in high school when he played high school, but now like with all that pressure and all that,
That's like how
I-
Bronny James feels now.
yeah, that's true. You gotta
Like,
like,
I can't imagine that pressure.
And Bryce James
Yeah.
too.
Bron-
Bronny
Bronny's
already
pretty-
has
yeah.
hype. I don't even know if Bronny or Bryce wants to even become a basketball
One thing
player,
that
to be
they
honest, though.
one thing that they did talk about in the last
Yeah.
episode was the famous flu game.
Oh yeah.
Was
Was it even the flu? Was he?
Oh yeah. It,
It's apparently
no, it
food
was food
poisoning.
poisoning.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't even the flu.
Apparently.
Food poisoning game.
Yeah. Ah, MJ, don't
Didn't he
eat the
throw up
pizza.
for like 6 minutes or something?
I don't know. He yeah, he had to be hooked up
Yeah,
to
I
an
watched
IV
it.
and
But then he
everything.
just showed you why he's
That's
MJ.
crazy.
Yeah, that's just
And then that image of
Oh,
Pippen
absolutely,
carrying him off
for
the
sure.
floor. That's like one of the most iconic
that's
things
emotional.
ever.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, a lot of people talk about how, oh, we love MJ and we love Kobe because they dig deeper and they find a way to win. But this wasn't a mental battle. This was like a physical battle where he was literally fighting
Kobe
food poisoning. This
did have
wasn't
a bunch
a
of
mental
physical
battle. You know what I
battles.
mean? So I think that just adds to MJ's
But,
greatness.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah.
I kind of cleared up that whole thing.
No, that was just my point. I mean, I guess you can say it
One
was
thing that like
mental
kind of
battle, but
outlined him
it
as
was
a
more of
goat
a-
in this last episode was like
growing up every
I
5
forgot
seconds.
the specific words, but like this interviewer was asking him, are you happy with the legacy that you left behind? And he said he wasn't. He said he could have won 3 more games or something like that. And they kind of like, yeah,
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like outlined the
I see what
mentality
you
that
mean.
you should have when you want to become successful in life, and just like
Don't
just
don't settle
defines
for
why
what you
MJ's
have.
the GOAT.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really liked his opinion on having a losing mentality and how
Yeah.
rebuilding is not
Yeah.
always the best move. And you see that in today's NBA with the
Yeah, yeah.
Raptors and
Just
OKC.
rebuilding.
So yeah.
Unhappy.
So let's talk about
Scottie
Scottie
Pippen
Pippen.
was apparently unhappy of how he was portrayed. Can I just tell you something? Why is Scottie Pippen always complaining
Okay.
somehow,
So
some
that
form?
was my
Like,
opinion,
yeah.
right? Like, why is Scotty always complaining? But the more I dig deep into it, I kind of realized why he was a little mad, right? Like, there were a lot of things.
I mean, they showed him in the best possible way as possible.
I don't
There were a
know.
lot
They
of-
could have.
There were no. Here, there were a lot of important.
They could have
moments
talked more about his
didn't-
defense.
I mean,
I
they
guess.
showed how he
didn't
was
mention about
underrated
Scottie.
in this
No,
game.
but Pippen was like the second best player in the league
Well, I
at
wouldn't
some
call-
points in that time.
I wouldn't call him
Like behind MJ.
No, Hakeem was
No,
always there,
sometimes.
but
I don't know.
I think
don't know.
I
kind
think
of-
the
now
main
that I
thing
look
he
into
was
it,
unhappy about was that contract
They
situation
did-
that they discussed.
All right, tell me this. The documentary literally emphasized how underrated he was, and like showed how he wasn't paid at all, like compared to how well he does in games. Literally, like, how can you not be
No,
unhappy
I'm
at
not
how
saying he's
like
not
you were
worth it.
portrayed in that?
him to be angry. That's that they
Yeah.
portrayed, Jordan. Well, they did portray him in a negative light too, but they always showed. how
Okay,
he
tell me why
I will
he
tell
should
you
be
about
unhappy.
specific events that they definitely should have mentioned the last dance that they did not. Okay, for one, right? You know how they talked about when Pippen was gone that the Bulls kind of struggled, but then they had to like get it back together. Here's the thing. Not mediocre, but not the best until Pippen came back from his injury. Once he came back from his, it's like went all the way. Like they were just so good back in '98, right? Another thing that they didn't mention, an important thing that they
Yeah,
didn't mention
they
that
said-
I thought they should have was, you guys remember the infamous moment, right? '94 playoffs. Pippen wants to take the last shot. Phil Jackson says no. Pippen sits out.
Yeah.
Here's the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
about that. Here's the thing
I
about
saw a whole video about
Yeah.
Why was Pippen mad? You guys might think it's because he didn't shot. There's also more nuance to that than just that. Like, So the original play, right? The play before Kukoc took the last shot, it was supposed to be Kukoc taking the shot, right? Pippen was supposed. Kukoc was supposed to get off the screen. Pippen was supposed to pass it to him. Bang, 3-pointer. Kukoc got all stuck up and he didn't do anything. And Pippen had to take the shot, and that didn't work out. So Pippen was just mad why Phil Jackson was going back to Kukoc when Kukoc messed up the last play. You guys feel me? You guys understand what I'm saying? That was also one thing that Pippen was mad about. The documentary just never mentioned, is what I thought.
But when Pippen was interviewed, he said, "I would not have had it any other way." He said,
"It wasn't his fault that he took such a terrible shot before the final play, because Kukoc, he didn't go as planned, and maybe in Pippen's mind, he's just like, this isn't my fault. Why are people getting mad at me for this?" But once again, it was kind of petty of him to be mad at Kukoc taking the last shot. But I'm just saying.
Well, okay, I get why he would be unhappy for that,
I
right?
thought were left out about Pippen that, probably would have painted him in a better picture. You know what I'm saying? But he was kind of
I mean, we already painted him as the best picture. Like, literally.
They could have talked more about his defense, I feel.
Yeah, I guess. But they literally made him one of the most underrated players of all time. That's how they showed him. That's how, I can't think of another way to, describe how this documentary, portrayed it. But, also, important thing, Karl Malone was one of the 2 people who declined to be in the documentary. Interesting. Makes sense in a way.
I mean,
it's such a.
yeah.
Are we gonna get our?
I think we all know what. I think we all know what we're gonna say.
Hey, we can skip on. We can skip on.
Let's just go off.
Carmelo, if you're watching this podcast right now, don't DM us. We don't
DM us.
We don't want to
interview
you.
No, we all hate you.
Dude, it's been so it was so when I heard his voice in the interview.
Oh yeah, he sounded nothing like I thought he would.
The accent was
But yeah, Karl Malone, if you're listening, if you're
does he have a PR team? Do you think he has a PR team? Do you think he would have a PR team?
Middle finger to your face. Yeah, just click off.
But I feel like in a way he's just salty. In a way he's just salty.
I feel like
He's salty. You can see he was salty in that video.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But do you agree with him? I mean, I agree with him, but who was the other person who declined to be in the documentary? I forgot.
I'm kind of glad that Thomas agreed to be in it.
Even though him and MJ hate each other.
But I forgot who declined.
Damn.
But I'm also glad they got Kobe and David Stern in it.
Byron Russell also turned down to be part of the documentary.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Brian Russell, sorry.
So,
is there any reason for it?
No idea.
They were both bitter, probably. I mean, Russell defended Jordan, and you saw, everyone knows that iconic shot where Russell's defending Jordan. Jordan goes for the crossover.
Yeah, I mean,
Jordan,
that's a traumatic
open. Chicago with the lead.
Mm-hmm.
That's like, how you go in your Explore page, you see random highlights that will always pop up.
Mm-hmm.
He's immortalized, not in a good way though.
But yeah, I guess we can wrap it up here.
Really long.
Mm-hmm. If you guys if you guys like this video, please comment, leave a like, share the video. Honestly, but again, the links for the petitions and donations are in our bio for Instagram. Mm-hmm. Don't forget about that.
And in the description of this video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And also, one more time, thank you to Rodney Pryor.
Yeah.
All of his socials are in the description.
Yeah. And again, the Rodney Pryor interview is exclusive only to our YouTube channel, so please check it out over there. But yeah, It was
It
fun.
was great talking
It
to
was
you
fun
guys
talking to you
today.
guys. Peace out.
And,
Yeah. This was
catch
fun.
you guys later.
Mhm.
See you on the next
Yeah,
one.
this was fun.
Peace.